Yo, what's good, YouTube? Hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Today we are reacting to who's the strongest Error Sans, weakest to strongest. This is requested by a fellow viewer. Shout out to you. I do love getting requests from you guys. Also, the horror maze for a Minecraft video should be done soon. I should be able to do the FNAF Management Wanted showcase here pretty soon. I'm gonna try to knock it out. Also, I might be doing the Poppy Playtime today, depends. But yeah, without further ado, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video with friends, and let's get into
it. Error Sans was already an iconic outcode to begin with, but the more fan interpretations like his rivalry towards Ink have made him way popular in the Undertale fanbase.
I'm pretty sure Ink is like way stronger than him, by the way.
And obviously there's going to be a lot of takes on him. For example, Sagaverse Error, Underverse Error, what else? Alphaverse Error. Speaking of...
Ooh, hold on, let me go back. That was actually a cool design. Hold on.
Error, what else? Alphaverse Error.
That's pretty cool. I like how... That's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually really cool.
Speaking of Alphaverse, how did this become the most controversial Undertale AU of like all time? They're like, the other side says, oh, it's just a power scaling you, and then the other side's like the mouth breathers who only talk about it for power scaling, with the third side being the people who just dropped Alphaverse after 2022 or shit, whatever. Literally everyone was talking about Alphatel or Alphaverse in Error 404. But I guarantee
Error 404, I feel like Error 404 solos most of the versions, but I could be wrong.
No one can name 5 other no, not even 5, 10. I guarantee no one can name 10 Alphaverse characters that aren't related to the Alpha Brothers. I was never that interested in Alphaverse because 1, I'm not really a novel guy, and 2, I don't know, it just never appealed to me. So I won't include stuff like Sinnoh 404 or who's that guy's name? Shit, I don't know, Righteous Error. I'm not gonna include people like those because 1, it's just gonna stomp everything, and 2, I'm not reading all that, and 3, I'm not doing the research because literally no one talks about Alphaverse.
Dude, I wish this fight got, when Error 404 fought EXE, I wish it got animated. Some people said that the reason it didn't get animated because the animators were going through like some issues or something like that in their, you know, with their like life and something like that. I'm not sure. But I don't know the full story, so I wish this fight got finished because I would love to finish reacting to it.
Are you really going to sweep the hell I've seen under the rug?
I don't think I have to explain Geno's backstory since I'm sure everyone has heard of it, but I'd like to make one thing clear with Geno. I've seen someone use this scan to prove that Geno could be Error Sans, but this just gets contradicted by the Fatal Error comic, which is canon, by the way, if you didn't know.
On defense. No points, rebounds, assists, blocks, or steals. Nothing else.
For attack potency, he is featless with his normal attacks, but he can use blasters that generate small building levels of energy. Speed is pretty simple as well. Geno was implied to have fought Error for a short while, so he should scale to limit speed. This is important because
Error's like the base Error's like the weakest from the video that we react to, right?
As Error can create blurs and after images with his attacks. These make him subsonic to transonic in these 3 categories shown on screen. That's actually really good for a Sans AU. Geno Sans doesn't have that much hacks other than Sans' standard ones, but he can amp himself. For the people that say Geno Sans is immortal, he really isn't. I'm sorry. Yeah, nobody in the save screen can die, but Geno Sans already left the save screen. So in conclusion, Geno Sans is small building level with subsonic to transonic speeds. He doesn't have a useful hack, but he can empower himself with DT.
Kid, you're very bad.
Yeah, we already been through Error Sans. We know he doesn't scale. He barely scales anywhere.
Mistake again. I'm here to help you.
I've scaled Error Sans a lot on the channel, but these YouTube comments have made me realize how overrated Error was. I'm not even gonna scale him in this video because I think we all know where he scales to. What makes it even worse is that he gets outscaled or outsmarted by most of the people he fights, and I cannot stress this enough. Crayon Queen literally says He can easily be defeated if you just outsmart him. This is why I call him fearless in intelligence, because it gets contradicted so many times. And he loses.
Yeah, literally when we reacted to the air. Ooh, that's a cool design. When we reacted to the air, how strong is Error Sans, he literally did not scale anywhere. Dude, he just didn't scale anywhere.
This to so many Sans I use, all because of this. Fatal Error's next. I'm tired of scaling this nigga.
I will find my papyrus even if it kills me!
If you think about it, Error really made the boogeyman of Sans I use. This one was crashing out over the sheer sight of him, and he even beat the literal god of death. I'm not sure if Fatal beats Error.
Wow, I did not know that. I did not know that. Okay.
Because Error was distracted by ink, but that doesn't stop him from being pretty strong in his own right. His attack potency is the same as Error Sans, who beat Geno Sans, and Geno Sans can create small building level blasters. His speed should be subsonic or transonic since he's able to fight Error Sans. So now that we have the obvious stuff out of the way, let's get into hacks. Fatal is busted in the hacks department. He can see and target your code with his attacks, negating durability in the process, along with being able to nullify your attacks and hacks. Let me say this again. He can nullify your attacks and abilities. That means if you hit him, that shit's not even gonna work. You can also get him.
That's broken. If you hit him, it's just not gonna work at all. Okay, at that point, there's no point of fighting him, really.
Him to universal with this scan right here, but I don't really know the validity of this scan because he didn't even agree with this. So, in conclusion, Fatal is small building level and he's subsonic to transonic. On top of being able to see code, negate durability, and nullify attacks. Whoever said Error beats Fatal, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie.
Now and face the sun.
Okay. How long is this, bro?
I don't want.
Yeah, I can't be having copyright music, bro. I cannot be having copyright music, bro.
I would do a normal scale for UV Error and say he's like large building or city block, but there are some scans that can get him higher. One, X-Car vaporizing a whole city. I don't know how to explain this any better. Like, go watch the episode yourself, you'll see. Swap Sans was able to fight X-Car and UV Error should be massively above them. 2, X-Metaton destroying a city block and then corrupting the city itself, with Error obviously scaling above this. 3, Error strings were able to reach the entire doodle sphere, which was calced to Supersonic Plus. Or Mach 3.
Wait,
4.
Is this Underverse Error, or who are you talking about? I'm assuming it's Underverse Error, I'm assuming.
Dream was able to create a multi-city block plus or small town level explosion. I don't know if he scales to this, but if you think he does, then go ahead. So UV Error can scale to multi-city block level all the way to city level of supersonic plus speeds. Sadly, UV Error's hacks aren't much different from Canon Errors, so let's move on to the next one.
Sagaverse Error. Okay, where does he scale? What are these bro? What are these images, bro? I'm not trying to like.
Okay, how do I explain this? Sagaverse is basically a series where half of the multiverse disappeared because the creators just stopped giving up on their work in general. It's kind of like Underverse, but not really. I can't judge it because Sagaverse got canceled before it could even start, so I'm gonna link it in the description so you could go and judge it yourself. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it had a lot of potential for an introduction. Now there's multiple ends you could use for Sagaverse Error's attack potency. Some scale up to moon or small planet, and some scale up to even multiversal. I'm not gonna do a whole scale for Sagaverse Error. This section is just gonna be about some potential low end to high end things you can use for him. Sagaverse Dream and Nightmare are able to make a blast that could be seen throughout the Earth's stratosphere, with chapters after that having Sagaverse Nightmare corrupted.
That's actually insane. Your blast is so strong it's seen out the Earth's stratosphere. That's actually insane.
An entire moon, and the best part is Error scales above it. And to top it all off, Sagaverse Error threw another moon into a planet, destroying it in the process.
Hey, you swear to God! Put that on Allah! Say, put that on Allah! Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi.
The higher ends are pretty simple. Ink framed the whole moon and it stated that there wasn't really a size limit. So if you think Ink scales to this framing, then yeah, you can get them to uni or something like that. Remember, I'm not going out here saying that these guys are uni. I'm just giving potential scales for them. Nightmare being stated to cause multiversal destruction, as well as taking universe level positivity. And obviously, Sagaverse Error scales above all this. And finally, Sagaverse Error can empower his strengths to destroy multiple AUs at once. So for both ends, Sagaverse Error can be scaled to small planet level all the way to low multiversal.
Okay, sure. Okay, Nightmares. I've always known Nightmare to be strong, but okay, for sure.
So overall, he has pretty decent scales you can get him to. And I might make a video about Canon Nightmare versus Sagaverse Error in the near future, because this version of Error isn't actually a fraud. Speed is pretty short. Dream and Nightmare were able to make a whole constellation while fighting, which was calculated to 2 times FTL. And again, Sagaverse Error scales above this. Hacks is also fairly simple. He can alter the codes of characters and AUs, as well as having the same hacks as Canon Error. Sagaverse Error is definitely the strongest Error Sans, like on a huge margin. It's not even close, except for Alpha Tail, but I don't think anybody cares about Alpha Tail anymore, so.
That's me now. I'm an anti-error.
Anti-Error is a Sans AU where instead of Geno falling into Anti-Void, Aftertail Sans did. And instead of glitching into an angry, hateful person like Error was, Anti became a pretty chill guy.
It's like no one told them it's the hardest thing.
Okay. I gotta skip this, bro. I don't know if this is copyright, man.
And it basically turns into some typical ass blog, nothing too crazy. Let's get into the scaling. Since Anti is the rest of Error's soul, we can use Error's feats to scale to Anti. And Anti pressed Error, so he most likely scales above him. So anyways, Error performs simple feats like seemingly creating dust clouds and holes in the ground. So I'ma just say he's wall level in AP and DC. But obviously there are...
Bro, yeah, Error Sans is wall level for sure. Like the base Error is wall level.
More higher ends for this. Error can destroy AUs with his strings and he seemingly fights with them. And like I said before, Anti probably scales above Error and he's the rest of his soul, so he can probably do the same feats Error's doing. This is weirdly consistent since Anti stated he destroyed everything in the Underswapverse and the AU itself. So universal Anti-Error is possible via his strings. In the speed category, you can get him to FTO because he did take the time to destroy everything in the Underswap universe. So
Damn, okay. That's impressive. Okay, that's a huge feat.
he took the time to destroy planets, galaxies, stars, etc. You can get him higher because Error and Anti were able to dodge strings that could stretch to infinity and that a normal vacuum couldn't even clean the strings up. Don't ask, I don't even know what's happening either. Just make sure to watch the original video, link in description. Error is a viable source for this since he literally taught Extinction Sans how to use his strings, and this all goes back to Anti-Error, so it's possible to get Anti-Error to infinite speed. That's if you wank him enough. When it comes to hacks, he is busted when it comes to shit like this. I mean, he has normal stuff like clone.
Wait, did he say death manipulation? So like he just can't die and he can just like, so basically he's like Sun Jinwoo, right? He can just bring back the dead.
I mean, he has normal stuff like cloning, soul control, and barrier creation, but he can trap you in his barriers, and as Reaper Sans, he has death manipulation. You can even die just by touching him, so if you try to speed blitz him, that's not gonna work. If Anti-Error touches you, he can morph into you and break your soul. And for stamina, he can fight for 3 to 5 hours, which is actually crazy if you think about it. I didn't really want to put him on the list because his power was just so vague to begin with, so I'm gonna let y'all in the comments discuss that shit for me. In conclusion, a lot of Error Sans variants are decently strong in their own right. None of them are actually weak to begin with. I just wanted to go in depth on some of them because not really much people shed light on
I really gotta continue Underverse, man.
niggas like Sagaverse Error, so. Other than that, I'm sorry I haven't been posted a while. Life's been like pretty busy for me, but it's fall break now, so y'all might see a video or two again.
Alright. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends. I'm gonna make sure to upload a gameplay for you guys today, and I'll see you boys later.